Something strange is happening in 2025, something that's quietly changing the way Americans travel. For years, having a US passport meant freedom. You could hop on a plane and be welcomed in most corners of the world. But now, doors are closing. Whether it's politics, security, or shifting alliances, some countries are making it harder, or even impossible, for Americans to get in. I've been tracking global visa changes, and today, I'll walk you through 7 countries that are either banning US travelers or making it nearly impossible to enter. And trust me, number 2 genuinely shocked me. Number 7 is Russia. Let's start with Russia. This one isn't exactly surprising, but the situation has gotten worse in 2025. If you're an American thinking of visiting Moscow or St. Petersburg, you might want to pause that plan. After the Ukraine conflict escalated, Russia relations went from bad to non-existent. Russia now sees the US as a hostile nation. Tourist visas are being delayed endlessly and many are outright denied. Even professionals like journalists and humanitarian workers are being blacklisted. Personally, I wouldn't even attempt to transit through Russia right now. The risk is real. Number 6 is Bolivia. Now here's one I didn't expect. Bolivia. It used to be easy. Just show up, get a visa, and enjoy the country. But now, they've tightened things drastically. Americans must apply in advance, provide detailed financial proof, and deal with a mountain of paperwork. Several travelers have reported being turned away without any clear reason, and honestly, that kind of inconsistency makes things tricky. My advice? If you're planning South America, double-check your visa requirements. Bolivia isn't as open as it used to be. Number 5 is China. China has always been a complex destination for Americans, and 2025 is no exception. Yes, the Great Wall is still standing, but good luck getting past the visa wall. New policies now include deep background checks, scrutiny of your social media, and sometimes even device inspections. A friend of mine who runs an import business told me they were questioned for hours despite having all paperwork. If you're planning a visit for tourism, honestly not worth the hassle this year. Number 4 is Cuba. Cuba is a wild card. One year it's open, the next not so much. In 2025, it's back to being heavily restricted. Technically, Americans can still go under specific categories, like journalism or family visits. But let's be real, it's nearly impossible unless you've got connections. The paperwork has to be perfect, and even then, travelers are being turned away over minor mistakes. I actually helped a viewer plan a trip to Havana recently, and their visa got denied over a typo. Cuba isn't saying no outright, but they're making it very difficult. Number 3 is Iran. Iran has been on the no-go list for Americans for years, and that hasn't changed. In fact, things feel even more dangerous now. The Iranian government sees US citizens as high risk, and they've made it clear Americans aren't welcome. There's no embassy, no consular help, and even dual nationals have been detained in the past. Personally, I would never recommend anyone visit Iran unless they absolutely have to. It's just not safe. Number 2 is Nicaragua. This one really surprised me. Nicaragua, a country once known for its laid-back charm, has turned strict. Over the last year, reports have emerged of Americans being detained at the airport, questioned, and even deported without explanation. The government has accused visitors of interfering in local matters, even when they're clearly just tourists. The rules are murky and change constantly. If you ask me, it's not worth the risk right now. Until things settle politically, I'd skip Nicaragua. Number 1 is Belarus. And finally, Belarus. Closely aligned with Russia, Belarus has gone full Cold War mode. They now label the US an unfriendly nation, and getting a visa is nearly impossible for Americans. I've heard reports of US citizens being detained at checkpoints just for asking questions. Even airport transits are risky. And if you're a journalist or humanitarian, forget it. Belarus isn't just closing its doors, it's bolting them shut. So what should we take from this? The world is shifting fast. As Americans, we've gotten used to our passport opening doors. But in 2025, we can't take that for granted anymore. Every country has its own politics, rules, and reasons. And whether we agree or not, we have to respect their decisions. So before you book that flight, check your visa status. Look into the news. And most importantly, stay informed. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for weekly global travel updates, and drop a comment below if you've had a visa issue lately. Until next time, travel smart and travel safe.